I'm Ed Adams, and you're listening to the AFCA Podcast. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the AFCA Podcast. And in this episode, we're taking a deep dive into SCAD and their Savannah Film Festival. So I'll give you all those details after the break. The AFCA Podcast is sponsored by Morgan Stanley Global Sports and Entertainment. Every year, thousands of filmmakers, actors, film students, and film buffs converge on the coastal town of Savannah, Georgia for the SCAD Savannah Film Festival. Now, it's in its 27th year, and the festival has become a destination for aspiring filmmakers to not only enter competition, but interact with industry heavy hitters and notables. Now, as part of the Savannah College of Art and Design, the festival is the largest university-run festival in the United States, with its main campus in Savannah, but the school also has campuses in Atlanta, Georgia, and Lacoste, France, each with their own programming in film and television. And who better to learn about SCAD and its festival than with Christina Routhier, Senior Executive Director of SCAD Theaters and Festivals. And I had a chance to talk with her recently via Zoom to discuss the festival, its footprint on Savannah and Georgia as a whole, and its impact on its students. Christina, welcome to the AFCA Podcast.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. All right. First off, I have to say congratulations on your 2024 festival. That's your 27th, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. Close. Yep.
All right. So if that being said, can you talk to me and describe the footprint that the Savannah Film Festival has on its members in the filmmaking industry and also to this general film audience that you serve?
Yeah, so I think for us, there's three distinct areas that we serve. That would be the film industry, of course, and industry professionals, our students, our SCAD students, and our patrons, our community. So those are like the three big areas that we serve overall at our festival. We, showcase a wide breadth of films from all over the world. We screen about 160 films every year. We host about 40 panels and workshops. So we kind of bring the best of the industry here to Savannah for our students and also for our community. And we also host about 250 to 300 film industry professionals as well. They participate either on our panels or just here to learn and come and see everything that's wonderful. Of course, we've had 27 years to hopefully position the festival as like an awards festival. That was always one of our biggest goals. So I feel like internally that we've, tried to show the best of the best films that are coming out in the awards arena. So
Absolutely. Now, something unique about your festival is the SCAD part, right? Yeah. It's the Savannah Film Festival is the largest university-run festival. Mm-hmm. So what can you tell me about that and how it operates? Like in my mind, okay, I compare it to like a school athletic program, right? Where it's kind of integral to the school, but it has its own, so it provides opportunities for students and athletes, right? But it has its own kind of nomenclature and it has its own operational parameters. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. I mean, SCAD also has sport. So yeah, we're like one of their side sports teams, definitely biggest cheerleaders, but we do operate within, the Savannah College of Art and Design. The theaters that we host all of our film screenings in operate year round. Like I'm not only the executive director of the film festival, I also am the executive director of the theaters too. So we do programming all year round. We do performances, plays, concerts, We're a big performance venue for the community. So we have programming all year round for our students and for Savannah in general. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think that although this is such an amazing piece of the puzzle for SCAD, we work year round in bringing all kinds of unique programming to the city of Savannah and to our students. So, yes.
Awesome. All right. So here's my thing. I'm wearing orange today because I attended Savannah State.
Oh, Aw, congratulations. What a
Yeah, so
small
I'm
world.
pretty integral with SCAD. Now,
Aw.
and the thing about that, right, it is coming back to talking about alumni, is I would think it's safe to say that alumni is an integral part of your festival success.
Yes, yes.
And can you talk to me about that unique relationship that SCAD has with the film community through its alumni and some of the filmmakers that have come through there and where you are now?
Our alumni are such a great resource for, just about anything, but for the film festival, they bring us their films. They work in huge studios. This past year we had a panel with alumni just from DreamWorks. So we brought in 6 alumni that are featured animators at DreamWorks to come and give back to our students. We host alumni voices panel where we bring in film industry alumni in all areas of film. We had a colorist, we had a costume designer, we had a person that worked at the Gersh agency. So they are definitely out there in the film industry, and they want to come back and they want to bring what they have learned back to the Savannah community and to our students. So they are definitely an amazing resource for us. And also, they create such amazing work, and we just love to see what they're doing.
Awesome. I'm dating myself, but I was attending Savannah back in the day before the festival started.
Oh, okay.
Right. But that being said, I'm seeing Savannah grow, and SCAD has a huge footprint in that growth.
Yes,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, you have 3 locations globally. I mean,
Hmm.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me a little bit about 2 things? One, about how your team has transformed the festival into this like quintessential festival destination for Hollywood and the award circuit, specifically into this place that is this beautiful kind of, I wouldn't call it just a mysterious kind of place, but it's just,
It is, yeah.
Savannah just has its own mystique, right? It has its own vibe. So talk to me about how you're able to transform this festival over time into this destination.
I actually grew up in Savannah, so I was born and
Okay.
raised here, and I'm sure you were here in, when Savannah was downtown area really wasn't where you went out. You know what I mean? It was lots of places boarded up. There was lots of
Hmm.
buildings that didn't have any business in them. So I have been so lucky to see what the city of Savannah and SCAD has brought to reviving the Savannah, community. I mean, we have over 100 buildings just downtown alone that have been historically preserved, renovated, and now are, when you walk around downtown Savannah, you see a gorgeous building, and it's the photography building. I mean, it's integrated in all over downtown Savannah and really brought Savannah back to life. And also the Historic Preservation Department of Savannah, the Visit Savannah community, all of those organizations really, kind of rebuilt Savannah. But definitely President Paula Wallace, she had a vision in her head on what it could be, and she's still driving us to be the best. So we're very, very lucky because, she always wants us to go to the next level, to bring the best to Savannah, to bring the best to our campus in Atlanta and our campus in Lacoste. So she is always wanting to build, our community up. So I definitely am very proud to have seen what Savannah's turned into. And of course, from the film industry perspective, as you noted, Savannah has this mystique about it. They all have this dream in their head of when they come to Savannah and it's going to be moss and ghosts, and and I feel like we deliver. You were here for a long time too, so
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I feel like we
Not in the
deliver.
garden of good and evil. Let's say less, right? It's
Yes.
always going to be that. It's always going to
So
be
we
that.
get a lot of excitement from people who are like, I mean, I've heard this a lot over the years. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Savannah. It's always been on my bucket list. So like that might lure them down here, but I
Hmm.
feel like our students in SCAD is what really sets us apart in the industry. So they want to come back. They feel like they're giving back, And I think that's so important.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling a friend of mine, some nerdy geek friends of mine, we were talking about stuff, and I was like, well, they shot like parts of X-Men First Class in Savannah, right? Like
Mhm.
it was Cuba.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely been some questionable shootings in Savannah that you're like, really?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things about Georgia being what it is that we have so many different destinations that you can become instantly.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought up downtown, right?
Mhm.
Because when you think about again, like where you're like what Trustees Theater is, right? Like that's just kind of that's like the mainstay of downtown Savannah.
Yeah.
Right? And I would imagine overall this time there has been a huge, not just an impact on the community as we've seen and how the festival has grown and what it brings to the city, but
Yeah.
also the business impact of it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm imagining that part of that growth of the festival also is enrollment in students. It has to be business of surrounding things, more accommodations for the students, obviously more accommodations even for the festival as well as filmmaking. Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that partnership with the city, like the chamber, the commerce community, and how you all are impacting that area?
Right. Well, we just actually finished an economic impact report, and we give our economic impact is over 1 billion just in the city of Savannah alone. So,
Wow.
and that includes our students, it includes all the patrons that come to the film festival. We host over 75,000 people over 8 days. So that, of course, includes hotels and restaurants and all of that. But just our students living in Savannah alone just bring huge amount of economic impact into Savannah. So yeah, so we're very, you know, I'm honored to see how much it's grown and how amazing our students are. And right now we have over 15,000 students. So when I started, we had like 3,000. So it's
Wow.
definitely, it's been a beautiful experience to see how things have grown.
So, can you talk a little bit about just about SCAD in general and the connection between the three schools in the film space?
Yeah. So we have uh, in Savannah alone, we just opened the second phase of our backlot. So that's one of our newest ventures here in Savannah. So we have a backlot that has an old Savannah type area and then now a New York type area. So our students are able to film there anytime. We also open it up to the film industry studios and networks if they want to film on the backlot, that's given to them as well. We have an LED stage as well in Savannah. We just in Atlanta alone, we have our Atlanta Film Studios, which also has an LED screen stage as well.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so our as we're a part of Georgia, and Georgia has such amazing filmmaking in it, our students are working in films right now while they're in school. Like we had the Clint Eastwood film Juror Number 2 that filmed in Savannah recently. We had over 50 people, 50 of our students on that film. So they're getting real world experience just being at school. And same with Atlanta. They're booking, our casting office is booking actors right now that are still in performing arts school. So like they just have these one of a kind experiences that I think is really unique to SCAD. And
Hmm.
then of course our campus in Lacoste, which is absolutely breathtaking. Um, we are renovating the city, kind of like what we did here in Savannah. We're taking buildings and we're restoring them back into the historic preservation of them. So that's just such a special place and France, and um, we host different majors every quarter. So one quarter is painting, and then one quarter is film and television. So every summer is film and television. So we host a Lacoste Film Festival over
Oh,
there.
wow.
So we've had some amazing people come over there. We had the costume director for Ridley Scott, Janty Yates. She came this summer and she's done all of Ridley Scott's films. And he has a small vineyard that's close, but it also included all of many of her costumes were there. So it was just, so interesting to be in her headspace and to have her over there. We also had do screenings in Lacoste as well and bring in filmmakers. So it's very small scale. It's not like the film festival at all, but it's definitely, we're bringing some of the film industry to Lacoste as well.
I love it. All I saw in my head was you all are going to have a Bond movie there.
We
It would be the
might on
perfect
our backlot. We just
backdrop
need
for a
one more
Bond movie.
phase.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, let
then,
me know.
this February, every February, we host the Atlanta TV Festival. I can't forget
Right.
because that's what I'm
Mhm.
working on right now.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so we bring in about 20 television shows and we bring in the cast members and a mixture of producers, writers, directors. And then we host about 20 panels and workshops over 3 days. So that's another a big
Oh,
festival
it's big. In Atlanta is
in
big.
Atlanta.
Get
And
your
we love
laurels.
doing it there. And the Atlanta community is so supportive, and it's fun to just focus on TV, and then it's fun to focus on film. So we kind of get all the best worlds.
So, I mentioned the fact that you're a university-led festival, but do you think like that's the big differentiator for you with other festivals, or is there something else that you think that kind of separates you?
I think I agree. I think what separates us more than anything else is the energy that is here. Our students just bring so much energy and youth and artistic freedom to just such a breath of fresh air. I feel like when people come here and the reaction they get from their films, like I've heard a million times, like, I just want to go sit in the audience with these, these students because their reactions are just so great. And I think they don't get that at other places. It's very industry related at other festivals, or they're buying or they're selling their films. But here it's really like about the love of film. And I think that's what makes us different.
I love it. I was looking at some of the on YouTube, I was looking at a lot of the either the student footage or some of the stuff that you produce.
Yeah.
And I agree, there's a completely different energy around this festival
Mhm.
and what it represents. So to that, let me piggyback on that, which we talked about community a little bit, and we
Yeah.
know where you're located. And and think about the growth of your campus, right?
Mhm.
Like you do have an impact, not just in downtown, but the greater Savannah city
Oh,
area.
for sure. Yeah.
How has that engagement been to kind of, foster and help just the city as a whole in the communities that you serve, not just the students, but things around you?
I think that I can relate it to like our theaters that we have here.
Hmm.
We have two of the only theaters in downtown Savannah within the city limits. So we host events for the community all year round. We do screenings. We coordinate with or we serve other arts communities as well. So we host all of the Savannah Philharmonic shows here. We co-host, and vendor co-host the Savannah Music Festival. So I feel like the theaters itself and SCAD has formed this amazing, kind of partnerships with arts organizations, our community members, and, just tourists in general, the amount of tourists that are just, coming to Savannah. We're always looking to ways to engage everyone, not just our students.
Hmm.
And, we'll show, for example, we showed Purple Rain the other night and it had 1,000 people. I mean, and
Love it.
it was packed. And it's, we didn't see a lot of our students, but we saw all kinds, probably my age, community members singing along. So we do
Absolutely.
events all the time that, we really want to engage with all the Savannians and all the tourists as well. We have a beautiful historic 100-year-old organ. Doesn't sound exciting, but it really is exciting that we have here. It's a Wurlitzer at the Lucas Theater, and every Wednesday we host Wurlitzer Wednesdays where we show silent films, and he plays this one-of-a-kind organ. In a couple of weeks, we're doing a Christmas special. So those are all like free and open to the public, community events. So I think SCAD is definitely integrated into every piece of Savannah itself. you see us, everywhere. It's not only our students, but it's our faculty and our staff. You know, I feel like we feel like a big family here.
Mm-hmm. Now you did already mention your backlot, which is Savannah Film Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk to me about really just more of some of the features that you have there, as well as some of the new initiatives and programs you have for the school in film and television, as well as what you may be having in development for the festival?
Yeah, I can't speak a lot to the academic piece of the puzzle, although we worked hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have one of the only casting uh, casting offices in higher education. So
Oh,
that
wow.
is one area where we're trying to develop that further. And that is bringing in casting directors, it's honoring casting directors. And I know this year they'll be giving out the inaugural casting award for the Academy Awards. So we are definitely looking to see how we can play into that as well. But for the film festival itself, we always want to embrace diverse storytelling. We're always looking for ways to bring international films to the festival. So we work really hard to bring the best films from all around the world. This year, we also partnered, or the last 2 years, we partnered with Amazon and MGM Studios. We host a big LGBTQ plus program here. So we're always looking for ways to take us to the next step and reflect what the film industry is bringing out, and we try to help bring a piece of that into our festival as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And our backlot is actually one of the largest backlots in higher education as well. So once we finish with the next phase, there's
Uh-huh.
no stopping us.
Whoa, the next phase, and you're not
Yes,
gonna
there's a
tell.
new
And you're
phase. I
not
don't
gonna
know what the new
tell.
phase is. It's small town USA.
Okay. Okay.
It'll
All
be
right.
New York, Savannah, small town USA. So
I
it's
like
really
it.
cool. Hopefully we can start official backlot tours in the coming years.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. All right. So one thing I did read, which was I was just kind of like my jaw dropped, was like the numbers you have on your website.
Yeah.
And you get over 2,000 submissions and you bring like 60,000 annual attendees.
Yeah. Yeah. This
That's
year was about 75,000.
incredible.
So we're very lucky. We have these two gorgeous theaters that seat over 1,000. So that's obviously we're able to accommodate so many more than a regular movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
We also have amazing spaces like our Museum of Art space and some gallery spaces that we do panels in. So we have all these great spaces and they're all very close. So that makes it really easy to put on all this amazing programming because we definitely have somewhere for it to go. But also, I think it's 27 years of, showcasing what we are, the best films. We're bringing you the best films. We're bringing you the best industry professionals. We are bringing you the best panels. So I think now everybody hopefully expects that and knows no matter what we're playing that it's going to be good. They're always going to have a great experience. So I think that's what's really helped us grow in the last like 10 years.
I love it. I love it. So, with that being said, like, what are the pathways that you have for your students
Yep.
as well to the general audience who be a part of the festival?
Yeah, so starting usually around December 1st of every year, we open up our call for submissions. So we do have a competition series at the festival. So we are submitted shorts, animation, student films, narrative feature, and documentaries. So that's where all of our film submissions come from. So we
Mm-hmm.
start looking at films we can right now. We usually take a break because we're in the middle of TV Fest, but we're
Right.
definitely looking for films, that are submitted. We also start usually in May of every year around the Cannes Film Festival is
Mm-hmm.
when we start really getting serious about looking at big studio films and seeing what the studios are buying, seeing what filmmakers are coming out. So that's when we start looking at like kind of our bigger films is around there. We
Okay.
also, for our students, we have students that intern with us all year round. So that's an amazing opportunity. We
Mm-hmm.
host about 750 volunteers and we are not, our students are volunteers. So I can't imagine what would happen if they didn't volunteer, but they are such great stewards of SCAD and just, are excited to pop popcorn. Like you can't get any better than that, So they're
So,
very included. We work with our, as you said in the beginning, our alumni a lot. Our alumni bring us, industry professionals. They bring us films. They bring us, contacts. And so that's really important as well. So,
mhm.
and yeah, so right around Cannes, we start really gearing up for the festival, looking seriously at films. So if you are a filmmaker, I would say that getting on filmfreeway.com and submitting whatever film you have, because we pretty much take all types.
Uh-huh.
If you are a filmmaker that wants to be out of competition or participate in a panel, our email addresses are on our website, and we keep every email, we keep every film that's sent to us, and we do try to do our due diligence and go through it. And then our students, we have a SCAD student competition showcase as well. So
Mhm.
we're working with the film and acting department to get their best films of the year. So there's just so many different avenues.
I was curious, like, do they submit the same way that a normal, like, someone
Yeah, we
outside
asked them
SCAD?
to submit formally. I mean,
Oh,
they,
really?
get like, they don't have to pay the fee, but we do
Okay.
ask them to be professional and submit formally and submit all their work that's along with it. So we could really,
Oh,
take a
that's
look at
awesome.
the full picture.
Oh, that is so awesome. All right, I have
And
one last
yeah,
question
yeah,
for you. Is St. Patrick's Day still like the place to be?
yes.
You know?
No,
That
I
was
don't know.
that
I
was the
don't go down
fastest
here
answer. Like,
anymore
it was
on
like,
St.
yes.
Patrick's Day. Those days are over. I'm like, we hightail it around here. Like, gotta
I
go to our homes and
it
hunker
was
down.
it was great when I was in college.
Of course, yes,
Not
that
so
was the
much
fun part.
anymore.
Well, and I can say my favorite parade in downtown Savannah, besides St. Patrick's Day Parade, is the Savannah State Homecoming Parade.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're always the week of our festival starts, so I'm always downtown when their parade is here, and it's so much fun. It like brings so much excitement to everybody downtown, and it just matches perfectly with our festival start. So I
Oh
feel like
yeah,
it's kind of
I
like
was in the
kickoff.
band. Actually, I was in the band, so I know that parade very well.
It's good. It's fun. Uh,
Yeah, well, Christina, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate talking with you. I learn a lot on every conversation, but I'm happy to connect with someone from the
yeah,
Savannah area. Keep this
yeah,
ATL and Savannah thing going. Yeah.
right. Exactly.
Well, listen, thank you so much and
Thank
have a
you.
great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Take
Bye.
care. That was Christina Routhier with the SCAD Savannah Film Festival. Now, if you're interested in submitting a film or attending the festival, visit their website at filmfest.scad.edu or go to scad.edu. And that's our show. So until next time, keep your head up.